How much do you normally see?
Um, 5 to 10%. You know, if it
So
wouldn't be
5 to 10%.
and it wouldn't be, yeah, like 5% if 750 is 35,000, 37.5 is like a normal number. Some people feel that if they give a bigger deposit, it makes them look better.
Uh,
I'm not one of those agents that like it's all semantics, you know.
yeah.
It doesn't really mean any. And if the deal dies, they don't get to keep the money, so it's nonsense. It's like, it's just good faith. It's good faith. It's earnest money. It's consideration, but it gets held by the contract and the terms of the contract, so you're protected.
Okay. So how much would we put down? Like earnest money.
You're asking.
It's not extra money. It's just, yeah. But how much do you want to put down?
And you told them when? You told them it's like not until after attorney review.
Yes, after attorney review is done.
It goes into an attorney trust account.
So after attorney review is done, it goes into like an attorney trust account. Yes. He said normally people do 5 to 10%, so 5%. Okay. He said we can do 10 if, because he's just like, that's after the offer is actually accepted. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So
well, let's just say like 10%.
okay, 10% deposit. We'll make it 5 days post attorney review. The closing of attorney review.
Yeah.
AO.
Okay.
Um, earnest money, inspections. So um, there's a couple ways to language the inspections.
Mhm.
When you're in a competitive environment, well, normally people do inspections, and I would never suggest my buyer not do inspections. Um, Most languages today around inspections, especially in a competitive bidding situation, is they limit inspections to structural, environmental, mechanical, and safety issues. In other words, if you saw a broken tile on the bathroom floor, we wouldn't mention it.
Right.
If the furnace isn't working, well, that we mention. If the foundation has a crack, well, that we might mention, right? Though we will
Right.
mention it, right? But for the cosmetic stuff, we wouldn't. So again, you don't have to. You can say, no, Eric, we need to do and have full ability to ask for anything we want. A faucet's dripping, we want them fixed. It and my suggestion is, as you're competing for the house, not just in money but in terms, um, I tell you, most of these offers are going to come in inspections limited to structural, environmental, safety, and mechanical. It's just up to you whether you want to.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So structural, environmental, mechanical, and safety. And then let me just make sure I'm not doing anything. Okay, the final thing is obviously the price. Let me just, um, what price are we going to be offering?
I think we're gonna stick to the 750 for now.
Okay.
You haven't received anything else since yesterday.
Another one came in, but it didn't come to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna. If I had to guess, I'm gonna guess we're gonna get about 8 maybe 7 to 10 offers.
Mhm.
That's my guess. It's going to be a handful. I mean, there's already, I think, at least four in. Um, and I've got word that 3 or 4 other I just lose count. Like I don't pay, like
Yeah.
to me, it's like, yeah, I listen, but at the end of the day, it's like when it gets all this attention, we just wait until the dust settles.
Yeah.
Um, just making sure I'm not forgetting anything. Oh, additional terms, closing date. So we are contingent upon our house selling. That's
Mhm.
one thing. But let's just say we get a contract on our house and they want to close in 45 days. What is the closing or flexibility we want to offer the seller? In other words, we could say, obviously it's contingent upon our house selling, but we want to close in 45 days or whatever. That's like the average. Could be 45, could be 30, could be 60, could be later. Um, so let's just, for discussion's sake, say, okay, we want to do 45 days. Um, Language that could be, I don't know if it's important to them really. I know they're going to be on a waiting list to get into assisted living. Um, but then when I mentioned it to them, in conversation a week or two ago about some people will be flexible, and he said, "Oh no, we're good there. We're good there." But again, so it's just again, do we want to put any language around, like in other words, if you guys closed on Kelly on April 1st and told the seller, "Hey, we'll give you up to 60 days flexibility or whatever," just so and then they can, would it be inconvenient for your parents to crash at your house or your sister's house or something in order to try to, make it look more appealing to them? I don't even know if that would even be appealing, but language of flexibility. And again, that also gets solidified in the attorney review. Like
Yeah.
that kind of gets pulled back in, and attorneys for the buyer will always want to suggest a more of a concrete deadline, whatever that sounds like or looks like. But again, so we just got to tell them, our closing date would be, as long as we're sold, our closing date, we'd like to do a blank, 45 day, 60 day, whatever. We could leave out the language of flexibility.
I mean, obviously we're flexible because they have somewhere to stay. So,
Yeah, and my
yeah.
point is, if that's the case, it would behoove you to use that, whether or not that language would help us. It's always
Yeah.
better to use that language so that they feel less pressure and, oh, okay, that's a little bit better than the guy who wants to close in 30 days.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. We're flexible. Obviously,
Okay.
we're in no rush to get into the house. So if they needed time, we're fine with that.
Flexible closing date, and then we'll let the attorneys kind of solidify that.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it. I think I'm good. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get this written up for you in the next half hour or so. I know you got doctor's appointments,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna get it. Again, it's I have to submit it before 12:30.
Okay.
Oh, big one. Oh no, I'm not. So proof of funds is really not. It's going to be from the proceeds of your house.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll use that. All right, we're all good. I'll get this whipped up right away, and get it over to you. I'll text you when it's in your inbox. You could sign it digitally.
Okay.
And then who's your real estate attorney? Do you have one that you typically use, or do you?
Yeah, we have one that we used for both houses. Let me find his name in the email. His name is Francisco Taddeo, Taddeo.
EO? Where's he out of? I never heard of him. Where's he out of?
Um, Says office, it takes some, maybe. Says information, I can send you his information.
Okay, attorney. Yeah, send me that just because I put that in the offer. All right, cool. We're all good. Give me about 30 minutes. I'll text you when it's in your email.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Can you let me in, Eric?
Sorry, what's up?
Oh, I said, can you let me in? I just want to transfer to my laptop.
I don't see you knocking. Nobody's knocking on the door. Somebody's knocking on the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. Let them in. Anyone know that song? No. You guys are all like half my age.
What year was that? 60s?
I think that's the Beatles.
The
Is
20s.
it?
I got some in my
I
eye.
wasn't gonna go down that much, but then again.
Some in my eye. 20.
Hey, sorry, Eric, can you let me in?
I don't see you knocking. I don't see you here.
All right, I'll exit and then I'll exit out and come back in.
Yeah. I don't see a request.
I'll start it again.
Wait. Nope, I don't see you.